Welcome to YourHighSchoolSports.com. I'm Chris Reddick, and now we're here in Elizabethton, home of the Cyclones, and we got Coach Shawn Witten. Coach, another great win. You had another win with over 50 points. A lot of excitement was last week. You had homecoming, Breast Cancer Week, the breast cancer awareness with the pink out. With all that going on, you guys still were able to get a great victory. Talk about that win.
Well, it's a credit to our kids and our coaches. You know, we went out and did what we were supposed to. You know, we were playing a team that we had come in here, lost 4 straight games. And, you know, it's important for us to jump out on teams early like that, you know, really put them away. And then when you do, you know, you allow yourself to work on some things. And we got a great 2-minute drill before half. We got another game, 2 games in a row where we got a chance to work everybody in the game. And it just makes practice like today a lot better. You know, guys contributing, working hard, being effective, being efficient. We had Jeremiah Turner back in the lineup this week, and he ran extremely hard, and just continuing to spread the football around. Defensively, we were phenomenal. You know, we gave one first down, minus 2 yards rushing in the first half. Just can't say enough about the way our guys are playing.
Excellent, excellent. And with that point being said about how well you played, talk about some of the outstanding players you had this week.
Well, it just starts on defense. You know, we had Connor Johnson had a sack, forced fumble, and Cameron Coleman was able to scoop it and score. You know, I mentioned Jeremiah Turner got back in the lineup and had a great game, had 2 rushing touchdowns. You know, 2 areas we didn't, you know, we still had a lot of penalties, and our kicking game was a little off. You know, we missed some extra points. We had to go for 2 twice. You know, one time we converted, one time we didn't. But, you know, we had a chance to really work on some situations. Now we can go back to the film room, watch them, learn from them. You know, we just, you know, just a number of guys. Our offensive line continues to play well. Alex Norwood's a guy who made a lot of plays. You know, so it's just exciting to see, you know, the number of guys continue to step up each week.
You mentioned the kicking game there. We're kind of getting late into the season. What exactly was going on? What were some of the problems?
You know, first time we scored, we had a you know, high snap, you know, and then the next time we decided to go for 2, and then you know, just some missed snaps. You know, we had a series where we marched the ball all the way down 70 yards, put it inside to make a less than a 30-yard field goal. You know, didn't come away with any points. So, you know, kicking game is going to be critical. You know, field position, you know, kickoff coverage is very good. You know, we missed some punt returns. You know, we weren't able to field a couple of punt returns, let the ball roll. You lose field position there. So, you know, one time in particular, the ball rolled and got us backed up inside the 10-yard line. So we really don't want to put ourselves in those tough situations. And but I tell you, it's just credit to our kids, continue to play well. Logan Norman had a touchdown. Corey Russell had a touchdown. Just a number of guys continue to step up.
And speaking of the guy that you just mentioned, Corey Russell, one exciting thing about being able to beat teams the way you've been beating in the last couple of weeks, you're able to get a lot of the freshmen in. But speaking of Corey Russell, I almost don't look at him like a freshman anymore. I mean, this kid's really stepped up. I mean, since that Science Hill game, I mean, you're really getting a lot of production out of him.
Well, we are, you know, and we're asking a lot of him, you know, playing a number of positions. You know, Jacob Turner went out early with an injury, and he had to go in at safety. He's been playing a lot of corner, and then, you know, he's also working some slot receiver. You know, he plays some also quarterback and running back. But just he's a dynamic guy when you get the ball in his hands. He makes a lot of plays. He scored a cutback across the field, broke a tackle, made a guy miss, and so he converted on a 2-point conversion for us. But he's also our punter, which he hadn't got a lot of punts the last 2 weeks, and so which is a good thing. But, you know, we just you know, proud of our kids. We're really playing hard. They're really coming out in games like that. You really want to jump on teams early, putting up a lot of points, and you know, we got a lot of young guys that have worked hard all year long, and those guys make our older guys better. You know, Monday through Thursday, and it's good to see those guys get in the game and execute their plays as well.
I want to talk real quickly about the breast cancer awareness and the pink out and the guys being able to wear those pink jerseys. I know when I see that pink color, especially during October, it means a lot to me because my sister, she actually is a breast cancer survivor, so I know what it means to be hit, you know, it within the family. With those kids understanding, you know, breast cancer and what it can do to the families, what kind of purpose did they play with having those pink jerseys on?
I tell you, Chris, I mean, you know, football is a game that teaches a lot of things, but there's a lot of things outside that goes on in these kids' lives that's bigger than football. And when you can bring awareness like breast cancer, I tell you, we just had such a great week with homecoming week, breast cancer, Mr. Alexander parachute in with the game ball before the game, just so much excitement. And for our guys to really play at a high level, you know, speaks volumes to those guys. But, you know, I mean, it's the first time we teamed up with Farm Bureau. our kids got a chance to take those jerseys home. You know, they sold over 500 T-shirts during the course of the week, and you know, Caitlin James was named homecoming, who's one of our athletic trainers, and it's just so awesome. But you know, when you give the kids a purpose, and when they're playing for a purpose more than just themselves, you know, they really put a lot out there. You know, we hold our kids to high accountability, playing for one another, being a good teammate. Just like we on the field, off the field, in the classroom. But when you play with a purpose, I mean, there's so much extra energy, there's so much extra intensity, and you know, the last thing you want to do is ever let your teammates down. You know, so any time that you know, we're just so glad that, you know, we could put homecoming and pink out together. It was a great turnout at Citizens Bank Stadium, and it was great to get a big win.
Well, there you have it. Awesome time last week, but unfortunately, the Cyclones are going to have to go on the road, and they're going to face Chucky Doak, and we're going to talk about that right after this.
Ram Truck Month is going on now at Mullins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elizabethton.
Drive a new 2015 Ram 1500 Crew Cab with the Hemi, stock number 420 for only $28,900. 2015 Ram 2500 Crew Cab Cummins Diesel, stock number 458, MSRP $51,950. Your price only $41,500. Come see us at Mullins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 321 in Elizabethton, or shop us online at mullinscdjr.com. Before you buy, give Mullins a try.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Chris Reddick, and we're still here at the Elizabethton Cyclones, the home of the Cyclones, with Coach Witten. And we're going to now talk about another opponent. This is an opponent that they started the season off, I believe, 3-0. They're now, I believe, 4-3, 4-4, somewhere in the middle. They're fighting to get in the playoffs. How much of a challenge is it to play a team like Chucky Doak that's kind of in between, but they got something to really still fight for?
Well, early on, and before we started the season, we thought that this game was going to be a big conference game for us, especially obviously going the black hole. They're a little bit like a Sullivan North in the wing tee, type of scheme they run offensively. We played them in 2010 in the second round of the playoffs, so we know all about going down that way. But it's just it's a team that started off really coming out of the gates extremely high. If kind of this time of year, you just get either teams full arsenal like our team is, or you get a team that's been decimated by injuries. And I think that a lot of games last couple of weeks, they just had a number of guys hurt, and we've just been fortunate that the guys that even we've had injured have been only missed one game, and they've been back in the lineup. So just credit to our guys, really how hard we work in off season, taking care of our bodies. We talk about hydration, rehab. Our guys during the course of the week, getting treatment on injuries. And so just a tough game. It's going to be, wing tee is always makes you got to play discipline assignments. And so we're just excited for the opportunity to get back on the field, continue to play at a high level. 2 weeks left in the season, and we want to finish out the right way. We still got a goal that we want to accomplish, and that's be conference champions, and the next 2 weeks are important.
Conference champions, I know you like that. Going into this game with Chucky Doak, and like you said, with the little wing team, a little weird for some of the high school teams. A lot of teams are going away from it. What do you do to prepare those guys for that?
Well, first you got to preach discipline defense. You got 11 guys got to play their responsibility. Quarterback is extremely a good football player, does a good job. They probably throw it out of the wing team more than a lot of teams do. So secondaries, they kind of one of those wing tees are they kind of loyal to sleep a little bit, and then they go for the big play. And this time of year, it's always tough to go play in the black hole. I mean, it's just it's going to be a great experience for our kids. We're excited about it, and our kids have every time we put a challenge out there, they seem to come through. So I'm just extremely proud as a coach the way that as a unit, different guys stepping up, different guys holding themselves accountable. A lot of young kids are getting in the games, and they're being effective and being efficient. So just really proud of the way that we're continuing to come together as a team.
I'm sure you are proud. I'm going to tell you, I was a little uncertain about this team coming into the season. I know you lost 20 players, 22 kids. I knew this team was extremely talented, but just coming together the way they have so early, I think that Science Hill game really woke this team up to where they're playing as a unit.
Chris, is how hard we played against Science Hill. Our effort in that game was just outstanding. And I think too, the other question was, can this group kind of mold together? We faced some adversity with Caleb Jones going out, who's going to step up, and it's been a number of kids stepping up. So, 2 weeks ago we had 4 guys that scored 2 touchdowns. This week, different guys stepping up and making plays. And each week we're adding a little bit different. We're able to throw a fade to Jalen in the end zone. Just working on different things so that we're ready to go when that big game comes. And so just so proud of our guys. And, those are the 2 big things really, is the effort of our kids and then how unselfish we're playing, makes us a special football team.
You know what I like to see, Coach? I know you're really excited about this too. The depth that I'm seeing developing, especially at running back, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for some of the teams that you do put a lot of points on the board, because no matter how deep you go, those guys are some good runners that I believe just about any kid could start if they need to.
Corey Russell and Logan Norman. Logan Norman's probably a guy that doesn't get enough credit. He's a second-team running back. Sometimes he's a third-team running back. Sometimes he gets 4 or 5 carries, and then come games he gets more. But we got a philosophy. We coach all our kids. We expect a lot the demands of our kids. We expect everybody to perform and practice at a high level. And it's guys that just make the most of our opportunities. We preach it. You preach it. Logan's been able to get more carries because he's been effective. He does what we ask him to do. He practices hard, and we're going to need that. Jeremiah and Jacob are guys that go play both ways. Norman's a guy to plug in there. When we need a dynamic play or something to make happen. Corey's a guy that makes that go. And then, great to see Jeremiah come back. A senior was out last week. He's back in the starting lineup, and he really got us off to a really great start and ran hard. And those big plays also, the last 2 weeks, a lot of big plays by a lot of guys, and that puts a lot of pressure on opposing teams.
Oh, yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the secret is out. Elizabethton Cyclones, they are getting stronger and stronger each week. So, like I said, if you want to catch a great game, make the trip down to Chucky Doak. Catch the Elizabethton Cyclones. We're about to wrap up the end of the season, and they want to really gear up as they go into the playoffs. We'll be right back with our Carter County Play of the Week right after this.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
The YourHighSchoolSports.com Carter County Player of the Week is brought to you by Brummett Sports Shop, located in beautiful, historic Elizabethton.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Chris Reddick, and it's now time for the YourHighSchoolSports.com Carter County Player of the Week. And the Carter County Player of the Week, brought to you by Brummett Sports Shop in Elizabethton, is Mr. Cameron Coleman. Yeah, we switched it up a little bit. We're going defense this week. Cameron had an outstanding game. Golly, Cameron, I'm just amazed you had, 3 sacks, and he actually had a touchdown. Talk about your game.
Yes, sir. We just had the whole team all together. We had a very good game. We came together as a team, and what we have been doing these past 3 weeks, since we don't really have anybody left on our schedule, and it's just games. It's just time for us to get prepared and get ready for the playoffs, and that's what we've been doing. And then these past couple of games, we've been coming together as a team and just doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay, real quick, talk about the touchdown that the ball happened to fall in your hands there in the end zone. So kind of set that play up.
Yes, sir. Well, we get off the ball and everything, and then our outside rusher, Connor Johnson, number 25, he just started rushing the quarterback and got him, and the quarterback wouldn't have let go. He would have had a safety, but the quarterback dropped the ball and let go of it, and I just happened to be right there, and I scooped and scored.
Great.
Yes, sir.
There he is, Mr. Cameron Coleman, our Carter County, or YourHighSchoolSports.com Carter County Player of the Week, brought to you by Brummett Sports Shop. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
The YourHighSchoolSports.com Carter County Player of the Week is brought to you by Brummett Sports Shop, located in beautiful, historic Elizabethton.
Advantage of great deals like this new Ford Focus
or this new Ford Fiesta.
Your choice.
For as low as $199 a month. And don't forget about the great deals on the new Ford Fusion for as low as $249 a month.
Right in the heart of Morristown.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Mullins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elizabethton.
Drive a new 2015 Jeep Patriot with air conditioning, stock number 893 for only $13,900. 2015 Jeep Wrangler with aluminum wheels, stock number 793 for only $24,500. Remember, you can buy a Mullins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with no money down, no payments till 2016, 0% APR for up to 72 months on select models, and always top dollar for your trade. Before you buy, give Mullins a try.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
The Chevrolet Summer Bonus Tag event is going on now at Buck & Bernard Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac here in Greenville. I mean, the tags are everywhere. They're flying off the shelves. Cars are going like crazy. tags with discounts, with savings. I mean, the discounts have never been this huge. The rebates have never been this big, and the APR has never been this low. You need to make the short trip to Buck and Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac right here in Greenville, because if you don't hurry up, number one, it may be gone, and number two, we always save you money.
Let the Charlie Long Agency protect the place you call home. Serving the Carter County area with 25 years of excellent customer service. Call for the protection you need and the service you want. The Charlie Long Agency, representing Allstate. Give us a call.
Well, fans, I hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of Your High School Sports. Beautiful October day. It's football time in East Tennessee. And first thing this morning, we caught up with the second-ranked Greenville Green Devils. Coach Ballard talked about the season, talked about his win against Cherokee, and talked about this week's opponent, Sullivan Central. And then we made our way up to Science Hill, home of the Hilltoppers. And Coach Stacy Carter talked about the win they had against Jeff County and the big game coming up this Friday night against the Bearden Bulldogs. And then Chris actually went over to Elizabethton and talked to Coach Shawn Witten, and he talked about West Greene and talked about this opponent, Chucky Doak. Plus, Chris also had this week's Carter County Player of the Week. We'll see you right here again next week on My Tri-Cities WAPK for Your High School Sports. I'm Roddy Woods.
Your High School Sports is excited to be entering its third season and now has expanded to the Tri-Cities area. Your High School Sports is brought to you by these great sponsors.